And yo, guys, by the way,
Don't say you forgot.
I said before we go.
Okay.
Before we go, I was telling you press the button, but you should, it's fine. We just wanted to give a shout out to Emalito. He's not going. He wasn't able to be here today. He's got some commitments with his school.
We're cutting the crap. I'm not using that. Let's do something else.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's been a long international break, bro. Emalito won't make it. I hear he's been stuck in those red zones.
Emalito is stuck in the red zone. He's not allowed back in the country.
And that's why today's episode, as we start, Emalito won't make it to the show.
Emalito is stuck in the red zone with Emi Buendia and Emi Martinez.
But he had commitments to attend to, and today's episode will be just the two center backs. So tune in.
Yeah, man. This weekend, Tuchel system has been dashed out the window, fam. Going back to the traditional system, bro. It's okay, man. Finger to your button, man. Well, the coffee is nice. The vibes are nice.
It's a chilled vibe. It's international break.
Manze, guys, welcome. Bienvenido. How do you say it in Somali?
You just been here talking about not understanding Turkish, and you really want to say it.
Yes, you see now, welcome is German and bienvenido is Spanish.
Okay, but welcome to the Lineup Podcast. This is the international break edition. Just as we're getting back to football. Football is coming back finally.
Manze, man. But Sami, international break, man, mekuwa nikifocus on, unfortunately, Harambee Stars.
Actually, by the Harambee Stars, how did you fancy them for the last two games?
Your game in Uganda was terrible. What a boring watch, man. 0-0. But say game ingine, I've actually I didn't watch it. It was at the same time as Formula 1 on Sunday. So unfortunately, sikuiwatch. But nilikuwa naifuata. Umse aliscore Lunga, 9th minute really early, but then Rwanda equalized. I don't know if it was any of the two guys.
But one thing I found out was that VAR is something that needs to actually be introduced in Africa. Because
it was used in AFCON 2019.
Yeah, but now stadiums like ours, because the Uganda game, there's this time when Uganda get a foul so close to the penalty area.
Mm-hmm.
So actually the ref is thinking...
That one was such a boring watch. I wish I watched the Rwanda game even.
But you need to know what your team is doing once in a while.
Sama, you were saying that the foul?
So the ref is like, this has to be a penalty. But just before he gives it, the Kenyan guys kimbia to the linesman. Nikawa convince Abram as a zibana. Ata umecheki. Hii stuff is equally pena. Wakaita just apoko line. And Ugandans were... Even you could hear the Ugandan coach. It's like, no penalty.
But then, you could really hear the whatever, the managers.
This time the Ugandan coach tells one of his players that think before you pass.
Kulikuwa na mseflani, Moses. Alafu nasikia the Ugandan bench. I told him also.
That was a cool game.
Yeah.
Ended 0-0. That I found it to be not a good result for the Kenya team.
Yeah, of course. You have to win your home games. That's just a standard rule, manze.
Because now, like you saw, us guys didn't have fans in the stadium. Mm-hmm. But then when you went to Rwanda for the Rwanda game, I think they had fans, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a few
fans. So you see, these countries might open up their fan base to go and support their teams in their home games.
By the way, which is going to be... By the home advantage means so much, man.
If you have fans around. And then also, the game was not even televised on any...
Local, whatever.
I didn't understand that because Kenyans were upset about it because now YouTube peke yake is where you can find it.
FIFA TV was streaming it. I guess I don't know why, man. Huku inakuanga hivyo, man. It's been peak. Man. I don't remember the last time. Anyway, but tunacheki this thing for you were saying right now about the draws. Draws are terrible, man, because Mali won their home game against Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Rwanda now, they were at home, they didn't lose.
Yeah.
And now, even us for at home, we didn't lose, but you didn't even score at home. So
but
it
would be good to see Kenya try and make it to the World Cup.
Yeah, man, I would love it. But now you see the next game, I believe, is Mali away.
Then we probably
Bro, that is a tough game, bro. Mali away, bro. As in...
So who do you take to qualify from a group?
Oh, Mali. Mali are gonna finish first. Who the second team now? That one is open to
That's
all of
open
us.
to the three of us, but Mali.
Certainly. Like, I have no doubt, man. Anyway, Harambee Stars, but not really inspiring a lot of confidence. Enough about that, man. This weekend, the league we love the most is coming back.
Mimi Kwanza, you had a very serious question that you're asking. Ati, if guys are believing, and actually you could see it, ukiangalia almost all chats, WhatsApp groups, Chelsea fans have this kiburi right now. Because they're like, Lukaku is coming in to give them
the goals to win them the league.
goals to win them the league. And then you tell them about Ronaldo, they go, zero. What you saying?
Nah, bruv. But hey, let me tell you, United right now are the favourites to beat City. They're not the favourites for the league, but they're the favourites.
But if you beat City, then you win the league. So why trying to engage? Go direct, but
no, I'm saying that they're the favourite. They're like the best placed challengers right now to take City's crown.
I get that, and I also believe so. Actually. But the thing is, if you see United fans, some of them, you have a split United fan base, where some of them are like, there's still so much that Ole needs to do in order to make his team a title-winning team. And they mostly go back and forth talking about the CDM position.
McFred and McSauce.
Then trying to understand where Pogba needs to play. And I believe Pogba is better on the left wing.
The way he had played the first few games.
First 2-3 games.
Yeah, the first 2 games.
The
third game he moved to midfield. The Wolves game.
And he struggled.
They did struggle.
Once at the tackle on Neves, I need to talk about it because it's controversial.
That was a bad challenge. That was a bad challenge and they got away with that one. But anyway, it was a close game and Wolves ran through that midfield so many times in the first half.
That's true.
Trincao had a chance. That one that Spider stopped.
Bissaka took it out of the nini.
Yeah, stopped it. And then there was a couple of other chances. Adama Traore came in.
All that aside now check that Ronaldo is going to have his first game this weekend. I'm sure he starts.
Does he start? That's the question.
Janasi, he was pictured in training.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Yeah, he was pictured in trainings, doing nini. He has to start. Because I don't see how the return of their GOAT is back. And then the guy that go in first game at Old Trafford. And it's against Newcastle. That's a good way to bring
it's a good way. But anyway, I watched that training video, then that's the one that inspired me to now watch all his goals.
Yeah, you told me that Jana you were watching Ronaldo's goals.
Yeah, what a fucking
49
player.
minutes.
Yeah, 47 minutes, man. Wow.
If he spread 47 minutes to the number of goals someone can score.
But no, there was a bunch of replays, man. I thought it would be much shorter. He only had 118 goals.
At United?
Yeah, at United. Yeah, but bad load at Real Madrid. At Real Madrid, he had more goals than games.
So you solid that Ronaldo will help?
He should. The
United.
Only guy who can let him down now is Oli. That's the only guy.
So United will be above two Chelsea boys again this season. Because you also say that they barely survived last season. But
you see now they won the Champions League, which just, it's a big deal, especially because they didn't have an easy route to the final. They had to beat Atletico. They had to beat Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and Man City,
Man City had a terrible display for that game. I don't even.
Yeah, they played terrible. They played terrible in the final, but their season in general was pretty good.
But you see, such games are not. That's like it was a one-off. They had everything to do. They had.
But then
they had
the
to
truth
their
is,
mind for the entire season.
The league never lies. That's what they say. The league never lies, and Chelsea.
That's true, because if you say the league never lies, you can go back and remember Arteta winning the FA Cup.
Yeah, and where did they finish? 8th, Amma?
Yeah, so the league didn't like that. We were not really a proper side, but this weekend. You see, guys.
Arsenal. Merudi the Arsenal. Now this weekend it's the Arsenal. Last week ilikuwa Arsenal.
Timo Yasu. I need to print this. Timo Yasu at the back.
Whether I've noticed the last few seasons you love getting the new guys names. You got Pepe, you got Partey.
So this time it's Timo Yasu.
Not Ben White or
those guys are not interesting.
This guy is interesting.
Because if you check his YouTube videos, are interesting guy. Because he starts up at the position centre back. And then you go to other positions, DM, LB,
Right back, CB,
So the
yeah.
guy plays everywhere.
Yeah, Arsenal getting a bit of a James Milner.
And then I was telling you, this guy needs to be like our son. Like, this guy needs to be. Everyone got their son. Like when Park Ji-sung was United,
Open
then-
up new markets for commercial purposes. Sell shirts in Japan now, obviously.
and then you had this guy. There's a guy who was at QPR. They also had like a
Yeah, they had a
QPR
league.
someone.
Yeah, then he
also-
also went to Palace.
Yeah, it was proper. And then Leicester, there's a time they had Ujoa.
Not Ujoa, Okazaki.
Yeah, Okazaki. Also,
Yeah,
and then
Shinji Okazaki.
so you have your Kagai. So this time, as guys, and there was Kagawa somewhere.
Yeah, United had Shinji Kagawa, of course.
So he's an
But
interesting.
even Arsenal used to have a Lee, bro. They had a Lee a couple of years ago, like 2014, 15. He was like, in preseason he was killing it with Yaya Sanogo.
But now I was telling you, this is a weekend where Liverpool are heading into Leeds,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a Chelsea. Chelsea are playing. Is it Chelsea?
Can always just
Chelsea
check, man.
Spurs?
No, it's not Chelsea.
No,
Spurs.
Spurs are playing
Palace.
yeah.
Palace.
Chelsea it's Aston Villa. So all these guys have a somewhat kidogo tough game that they are heading into.
Yeah, Villa and Leeds are both, like 9, 10, 11 position teams,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arsenal have Norwich.
They're neighbors at the bottom. But then that's
to me-
actually insane. Arsenal has
Us
less...
guys have been sitting pretty for the last 2 weeks. 20th. Adi, I saw this meme. They were comparing the best number 20s in the world for since you see
of course, yeah.
you see Arsenal's logo. But Arsenal is entering into this game versus Norwich.
Mm-hmm.
And Kinapate are back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ben White and Magalhaes is also back.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not sure, but I think they'll give Leno the game because Leno played a full 90. Juicy actually played full 90 for Germany. So
How did the game end?
Clean sheet. I
Okay.
think they won, yeah. So that's why I'm like, hey, Leno ameanza kucheza international kiasi, so benefit of doubt, they'll give Leno.
But Manuel Neuer hasn't retired, has he?
Billas, I think he's just tired. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's just early qualifiers,
Games like Sijui, Latvia, Nini, those ones you can give Leno to
But
play.
then, if you think about it, it is super unfair that these European sides get so many spots for the World Cup and they're also playing just other farmers. When African farms, what are the difference, bro? In fact, if anything, these are the best
They
farms.
should open it up for number 1 and number 2 to try and get extra slots for African teams.
Let's
And then
see.
reduce- and then reduce that
Europe,
side.
the continent of Europe has, I think, about 38, 39 countries, yeah?
Uh-huh.
If I'm not wrong.
Uh-huh.
And how the hell do they get 13 spots for the World Cup? And then Africa has 54 countries, bro. But then, Africa, it has 54 countries, but then you'll see in the qualifiers, 3 countries did not enter. They never even tried. But anyway, how is it that we only get 5 slots, South America has
Yeah.
12 countries only.
And they also
And they get 5.5
Yeah,
slots
slots,
because
yeah.
they get a playoff against Jordan
yeah.
or something. It's always a weird Asian country that's playing the playoff. But anyway, let's get back to the Premier League this
Yeah, I
weekend.
was telling you that Arsenal is entering into this game, and it's minimum 4-0.
I believe so, but you know what I've noticed by there from your rhetoric today in the conversation we've had? You've spent too much time looking at the bottom of the league. Because you're also backing on Jimenez to come clean. And I've just noticed Wolves also have no goals, bro. How have they scored? I think they've
Villas
scored.
have
but-
what scored?
Yeah, 0 goals. And their bottom 0 points, nothing, fam. So I think you've spent too much time down here, man. You've just been observing.
That's not a good thing to say. Yeah. Well, okay then. I don't know whether I can continue after that. You've annihilated me. You're like, bro.
No, but I
it's
want
my
to
time
hear
it's my
it
time to-
because even me, I believe I was also saying the same thing off camera that I do believe Arsenal are going to do well. So how come you've not got even one Arsenal player on your fantasy team then to back your statements?
There's this thing where you don't want to drain all of your team's luck. So there's no point in me trying to.
But good news, the team wins and my fantasy can take a hit.
Because imagine uko na player wako fantasy and then let's say you have a Aubameyang Aubameyang gets a solid 2 ama kwanza those are those days where he gets like a yellow card
Yeah, I was about to say even maybe he goes rogue, he gets a red.
ama red, yeah, like the day against Palace.
Yeah.
So now you're unaomboleza because your
Your
fantasy
team-
is taking a massive hit and your team has frustrated you.
But I recall when fantasy started splitting, hey, that's doing that support now this weekend. And then people started betting on top of that.
Yeah, because at some point it was just like before 2010, 2013, it was just almost normal football. It's just weekend games. Nini.
These days, bro, it's lakini Liverpool bana, lakini
uko hapo unasema ati nataka game ya Norwich na Spurs ishe 4-3.
Yeah. To Norwich. Na Norwich watafunga bao 4 aje.
4-3, alafu una distribute hizo mabao in a way you're like zizi. Just cause so many things are splitting your allegiance to your main team. But for this weekend, I'm pure Arsenal. Like Arteta in until I'm actually saying Arteta in until the next international break.
What are the fixtures looking like for Arsenal between now and then?
Norwich, and then I think Burnley, and then probably Spurs. There's like a Spurs in
between. On the 26th, the weekend of the 26th.
But the other 3 besides Spurs, and then also have like a Wimbledon. That will also be like our training. It's round 3.
FA Cup. I mean League Cup. Yeah.
So we have that, and then we have Burnley, Norwich, and then that Spurs game obviously hard fixture. That one you can't call because there's animosity.
It's a derby, it's a derby, of course.
Which if I'm to call it, I'll go with I know Esperanto. Okay, Drew.
By the way, I was telling these guys off camera over there. Do you know what Espirito Santo means? So basically, Nuno, it's called Nuno Holy Spirit.
That's
Espirito Santo means like the Holy Spirit.
What?
But I googled him. But Nuno is an African. He's born in Sao Tome and Principe.
What?
It's one of those tiny countries that never ever. Those countries that never ever. You know which countries? It's Sao Tome and Principe, Somalia, and Chad. But Somalia entered this one 2022 World Cup. They lost to Zimbabwe. That was the first. Africa had a first playoff round. Like in Djibouti were there. Even Rwanda was there. Yeah, but now then they won their game, so they got into the group.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he was born in Sao Tome and Principe. It's a Portuguese. It was colonized by the Portuguese, and his name is Nuno Espirito Santo.
Hey, but those guys are religious because we're even saying like Julio Gomez was a pastor.
Yeah, Alisson, blah blah blah.
Alisson baptized Firmino
Nuno in his swimming pool, bro. They put it on Instagram, bro. Sips coffee.
like tea break.
So you are telling us about Jimenez. You're backing Wolves and Jimenez this week.
And it's so
between now and the next international break again. 4 games.
4 games. No, I'm not talking about like December, like who's starting the league. That's far-fetched. But for the next 4 games, Jimenez, actually, I don't even think he went to internationals.
No,
so he's been training. He's been back home training with his boys. And then the new coach is not bad. If you watch the United game, these guys actually knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they had a good system. They've lost. Just saying they had overrun United in the midfield.
Yeah, and they've lost. Okay, they've lost their 3 games.
But it must be 1-0.
Yeah, they've lost 1-0. And then, because of the 1-0 for Spurs, Dele Alli dived for that penalty. It wasn't...
Man, I got so mad because I sold Dele Alli on fantasy just before that
the
week.
Guy dived. Akapewa penalty, akashinda 1-0. So, this team, if you see its defensive statistics, they've taken the least shots as of now of all the 20 teams.
Like they've received...
Yeah, taken like against them, the least shots in the box. So they're trying, lakini kama hiyo penalty ilikuwa bahati mbaya. Because the juzi ya game United hata miona ilikuwa on goal. Jo keeper alifanya hivi, ikarudi ndani.
And there was also the foul that led to it. And you said you wanted to talk about that.
So it's gotten to a point where Wolves, mnacheki Wolves ichaza poa, as in tu luck yao inafaa iturn. And this is the perfect time because they have like a run of 4 easy fixtures, not really hard ones, where they can try and get a few goals, get them running. Because mazewezi niambia pia wako na XG ingine interesting sana, but they're not scoring, so it's coming soon. And that's what I'm also saying.
It's true. If you just get one, it'll be.
And someone like Antonio, for me, next 4 games is getting 2 goals max.
That's a lot. That's fine. 2 in 4 is good, bro.
But the faith okay, 2-4 is not bad.
Yeah.
But now the faith that people have in him to continue scoring braces per game or hat tricks, I think needs to change. Because Son, if you angalia Son last season, he began the season with like 6 goals, quick ones.
Yeah. No, see, he scored 4 in one game or something like that. That's what forevered him so much.
And then after like international break, he came back. And then league stabilized. He went back to being normal. And now,
but he finished the season with 17. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. You know. But Heung-min Son, by the way, is literally top 2 wingers in the Premier League, bro. There's very few who are better than him, man. Maybe only Salah.
If you go stat-wise, also Raheem Sterling in that one.
But Raheem Sterling dipped a little bit last season. But dude, Raheem Sterling's proper, but Heung-min Son can just left foot, right foot, told me that in the box,
he's scored double-figure goals for the last 5 seasons or so.
Yeah, the only season he didn't get double figures in the Premier League was the first season. Yeah.
After that, he's just been banging left foot, right foot.
Bro, like free that kicks. Guy. Manze, kwanza that left foot of his, like, you know, Heung-min Son, if you see any of Liverpool's front three with a one-on-one, somehow they might miss, but many times they score. Yeah. This guy, if I see him one-on-one, count it.
You're looking at the net.
I'm looking at his celebration. Now you say, okay, which one is he going to do today, man? That guy is world class. And even Daniel Sturridge tweeted about it the other day.
Yeah,
I was like, what? This guy goes under the radar, man.
He's a proper player.
I love him. I love him. How come no one has tried to buy him off Spurs? This is insane.
I think his allegiance to Spurs might not be swayed. He looks like one of those guys.
He's a good guy, yeah. But if you tell him, Heung-min Son, can we go win the Champions League, fam?
With
anyone who buys Heung-min Son has a chance.
But now you see, if Kina Pep and whoever...
Imagine if City bought Heung-min Son instead of Jack Grealish. He can play that left wing where he wants it. Okay, but I guess Jack Grealish has been brought to play as a midfielder. But Heung-min Son can play on the left where Grealish was playing for Villa. He can play down the middle where City are lacking.
Yeah.
And he is clinical. He is clinical.
But you see, he goes around. Never have I had in a transfer season where someone wants to get Heung-min Son.
Yeah, because people have allowed Tottenham to have a world-class player under the radar.
He's just there.
For so long.
Because at some point when he needed to have that Korean, what do you call this thing for Kenya?
NYS. Military service, bro. Yes, NYS, bro. Military service, bro. You know, in Korea, they live under constant fear of Kim Jong-un, bro. What's the South Korean Prime Minister called? I forgot his name. He has an interesting name. I'm Googling this thing.
Google that one. So as you Googled, I was saying, I really wanted him to, I think it was, they don't qualify, and then he stays there for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah. See, they won that thing, the Asian Cup, and how did they get to the final?
The guy was crying. The final, I didn't even think he bagged the goal.
There was something, but he needed to win, and he did. They won it.
The guy was crying because he was like, Did lose final na Cup 2 years?
He's called Chung Si-kun. No, I don't know. This is not the name I thought it would be, man. I thought it would be a more interesting name. I guess I was wrong. But anyway, yeah, man, you military service, bro. In the trenches, fam.
I was rooting for them not to win that thing. Because I knew now, Spurs
they would have been KO'd, yeah.
Kabisa, like.
See, even that time Kane was injured.
Yeah, also when
Just the time when they were bringing that Gonzalo Guedes guy, they brought some guy on loan.
Yeah. Also they got the guy from Benfica.
That's the guy who I'm talking about.
He came blanked a few, but for Son, I really want someone else to take him, like a Real Madrid like this.
But now he's the age of Kina Mo Salah, bro. He's 29. So these guys, they're in their last contract where you make the cash, bro. You get 4 years, you say Alhamdulillah, bro.
No, but Willian didn't want money. Because you see, Willian left Arsenal.
But did you not see the interview Edu did about the Willian deal?
Yeah, I hear it was I didn't.
I watched that clip when they talked about Willian specifically, and he told him that he brought in Willian because he needed a winger to come in right now to play immediately and who had experience, and Willian fit the profile. And I believe he started with like an assist in like the first
he
each of the
had
first
he had 3 assists in the first game, Fulham.
Yeah, something like that, you know. And Edu said, you see how he started, and everyone was so happy about the signing, blah blah blah. But then he spoke with him like halfway through the season, and Willian said that his head was just out of it.
Out of the game.
Yeah.
So it was not about Arsenal and Arteta's tactics. Willian had just switched off from football.
Yeah, his head was just out of it. So now they told him that when they spoke this season, he was just like, man, I don't think I want to play here, man, you know?
And I go back to Samba and do.
I'm saying, I imagine he left all that cash for Arsenal, bro. So I guess it really wasn't about the money, you know?
He was like, let me just go do something else. I think my time is done. I've enjoyed London for the longest.
He's gone back to the sun, bro.
I had to bounce.
He goes back, he has a party every day, bro. He's got the Arsenal bag. This year alikuwa na nyuma watu hivi vitu ana save, bro. He's saving the money at home.
You're securing the bag mbaya.
This time you see your hand wash, unaongeza maji. Kifika huko unaongeza maji tu.
But now
he's going back to Brazil, bro.
United. How do you see them? How do you see the Ronaldo?
United have to win the league, bro. Or the Champions League. Or both.
Or the Carabao. They have to win something. Just
okay, now you see, like I don't even think they would prioritize the Carabao that much. But I guess that's where Cavani would play.
Yeah, that's lethal. That's still lethal.
That's still good, bro, you know? Because you have to find games for Edinson Cavani. You've kept him here for an extra year. And then, who else do they have? Dan James left, went to Leeds.
Yeah, but then you see, Rashford in October should be coming back. Martial is around there. Sancho, I think he has some fitness issue because I hear he's also injured kidogo.
Yeah, he got a knock. And left the England training camp.
That actually gives time for Greenwood to play because I think when Sancho is fit and Rashford is back and Ronaldo needs to play,
that'll be the front three: Sancho, Ronaldo, and Rashford.
Looks mad. Like it because then they just have Greenwood as a sub, and then you still have Cavani as another sub.
But I think like Martial could Martial be leaving United soon? Like, what do you think, man? Like, he's not going to play regularly if Cristiano Ronaldo has a 2-year deal.
PSG needs to snap him up or something.
PSG? But then what on earth would they do with Martial? Martial needs to go to...
They had Chopo.
Choupo-Moting?
Yeah, they had Chopo. So,
chill. He was at PSG. That guy's agent. That guy's agent works hard.
One time, guys in Stoke, and then he went to PSG first before he went to
by the way, he was at PSG before Bayern.
Yeah,
that guy's agent is a legend.
So,
wow.
So if you have such players, just take, because I think he also needs to adapt to the French league and something like that. I already told Ligue Raisi.
Nah, Marega needs to go to like a Reims.
That's making it. Okay.
Anthony Martial.
Lille or Monaco at worst.
But Monaco, what are they up to these days, man?
The time they had Henry.
That time walikuwa wananusia relegation, manze.
You see, sometimes me wana history ex-players kujiona all of them can coach teams. It's not easy,
especially if you are a great player. You know, even if you are just a good player, you know that you can come in and be a manager. But do you think that when you're a great player, when you enter the dressing room, they already have the respect, or you have to show it?
I don't think that changes much because Henry had the dressing room at Monaco.
Yeah, he did. That's where he did start his career.
And then he also went to Nini. He also went to
Montreal.
Yeah, those sides. Okopia still being beaten.
He was managing Victor Wanyama.
Still being whooped those sides.
Yeah,
the only place
Impact.
that he tried is when he went to Saidia Martinez Nini in Belgium.
Yeah, he has been. See, even that's why Lukaku said he got some of his striker advice, blah, blah, blah.
That one was, and you see, in those good ones, now you see like a good light come out of it. Lukaku says that the guy was proper Nini. But Kina Monaco, because someone like Vieira right now, Vieira will struggle with that. Hata akitoka dressing room, wananga tu mseme chill. Like, sionange kama kona hiyo pressure.
Yeah, you know, here's another thing. Yeah, so I think we talked about this. Patrick Vieira came from managing New York Red Bulls, and they never won shit, man.
And they got it.
And that's MLS, yeah? And the last MLS manager who came was Bob Bradley, who was the manager of the Sounders, who won almost everything.
Yeah.
And he sucked in the Premier League.
But Scott Parker wasn't bad.
But then he went back and he was the manager of LAFC.
And they did well.
Yeah. It's MLS, bro. If you're
So
not playing for Atlanta, bro, you're dead.
You're dead.
Atlanta or Seattle, those are the good whatevers.
So this thing about bringing in Kitambo guys to be your coaches and thinking it will work, sometimes I don't see it as
you think they should go the Beckham route? You become a club owner instead. Well, yeah, some guys. But you think Beckham, he was only given that deal because he's white,
he and you the white propaganda that issue.
Okay, but do you know the deal he was given to join LA Galaxy? Okay, so basically the structure of joining the MLS is a franchise. So you buy in. Basically, if you have enough money, you can join the top tier today. Like, for example, in like the last 3 years, Minnesota United has come up. Nashville SC soccer, has come up. So back in the day when Beckham went to LA Galaxy, the price of joining in was $25 million. Yeah. At the time Beckham joined, the price was $150 million. And Beckham was given a deal that he would be given the deal of the $25 million to purchase in when he was ready. That was the deal to come to MLS in his contract. Was told, okay, you will allow you to own a club in America at this price whenever you're ready. So basically he got like a massive tax break, Yeah. He paid $25 million when other people right now are even paying $150 or it could have increased. But at the time he said, okay, Inter Miami is coming and we're doing this. He was paid only $25 million, bro, to start a club. And that's somebody's transfer fees. That's Cristiano Ronaldo's wages, bro. Like that's money.
That's money that can be raised haraka.
Yeah, it can be got. It can be got for someone like David. He just holds one fundraiser. He calls all his friends and his wife's friends. End of story, bro. He's got $25 million.
Everyone checks in boxers.
Boxers?
He used to do this underwear thing.
Yeah, the modeling and all those things. You see, at he's invited Tommy Hilfiger for his fundraiser. 1 million power, bro.
One time, by end of Sunday, amefungua club.
Yeah, so mad, man. MLS. I don't know how the hell did we even get to this.
No,
Patrick Vieira.
I was telling you about former
players and managers.
Yeah, you see, because if you look at Rooney in Derby, Rooney's struggling. You should even go check on his hair.
But Rooney's has been struggling, bro. Been
as a coach, this time when he injured one of his players in training.
Yeah, that was like at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they're like 11 fit players to play, and you go ahead and injure one.
You see, this is Wayne Rooney, bro. Just goes warms up, man. Dash on the kitchen, bro. Sign myself right now. I'm a free agent.
But I think the whole reason why I'm skeptical about these people is because of Nini. What do you call them? It's because of Arteta. I think there's still that part that says ace guy.
But Arteta was just, at the very least, a good Premier League player. For being fair, he was not even close to world class or anything like that. He was a Spanish midfielder who has 0 appearances for Spain. But also the people, it's true.
I know.
But like you see, the bad thing is his age mates are Xavi, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, Xavi Alonso. He never had a chance. As Fabregas. Those are all players who are way better than he was as a player.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, true. That's
Arteta was good, but like Arteta was always like an 81 on FIFA. Those guys are always like an 86 plus.
86 plus, yeah. Gendabasana 84.
Yeah, like after one bad season, you scored only 4 goals. Okay, no, but those guys never really used to score.
True.
Yeah, they all never used to score.
They were just assisting as much as they could.
Not even assisting, just moving the ball, bro. Like those guys, they all played. Okay, but Xabi Alonso didn't really play the beautiful football. Bro. He played for Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, what a guy, bro. How is he doing in Roma, by the way?
Not bad. He's still bossing it in that small league. The league that we talked about in episode 1. UEFA Conference League. Yeah, then the conference.
So he's going to meet Spurs in the final.
Yeah, because I think they're about... If I saw it right, the last time before the international break, those guys were in the Conference League. So... Tammy Abraham doing his thing, and then he has Rui Patricio.
Yeah.
So he has a decent
Chris
squad.
Smalling. So he just sold him. He got rid of him at United to find him there.
He's like, bro, let me just push you Kombele first. I'll be coming soon.
Yeah, and he got Mkhitaryan as well.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan is around. So they're a decent side, actually. And he's doing well.
What about
He's
the
also
league,
bossing in the league. He's like 2-2. Yeah, 2 wins in 2, yeah. And still, Tim Abraham is those sides and trying to acclimatize to the league. So, but now, one of my final questions is on, not even questions, discussions is on fantasy. Because I'm thinking, what are you thinking for the next...
Me, fantasy, I never ever plan at 4 game weeks in advance, brother.
you play it
this week, and by pure instinct, you just look at a player, you look at a fixture.
Aye, but the last time we were playing with pure instinct was Kitambo in high school or something. When I was like, "Ayu Musa, go change and bring me a Milfitano against United."
And then he comps.
But Squeezy, since you're doing it like nowadays, it's very competitive.
Yeah, we talk about the
league still,
Super League.
League still doing great. Guys are super. Like our number 1 currently sits top 30 in Kenya.
Damn.
So. One week you're thinking that you have your team right and you're going to take the prize money for the week.
Top 30, I'm looking at my number in Kenya Brown, number 45,000. How many niggas is playing this thing, man?
Actually, if you see the influx between 2013 and now, FPL keeps on gaining a following. Their numbers keep on increasing. Many people.
How many people do you think play fantasy football in Kenya? Like, especially this particular fantasy Premier League, this one here that we were saying, that you're whatever thing.
That's a lot. Like 600,000 or something.
600,000.
No, that's not that. That's what they will just check the Kenyan nini. It's out.
600,000 Kenyans even go to university, for example, bro. Like, are there, because I'd imagine that is around the age group people are playing fantasy, people between the ages of like 18 just after high school, because in high school we used to go to the computer lab once a week, fam, unless Kenyan schools have got better in the last 8 years. I doubt people are playing.
I
even
know.
if their exposure to it is so much more these days,
True.
Because now, but you may not have a school that has a computer, but you can always find a phone on holiday, wherever you are. You can always find a phone. You can always find Premier League,
it's easier accessible nowadays.
Yeah,
all these things. But I was saying for my fantasy, no, I'm not mine. I'm trying to understand what guys are looking into, because nowadays everyone is playing such a competitive fantasy football game. You're getting stats from everyone. Like everyone is mining data to make a point as to why some of the players need to be selected.
Bruno Fernandes.
I don't think.
Not fancy him. What about Cristiano? Is he really 15 million on fantasy?
No. Guys like 12.5. 15 was an oversight just to give guys hype and things like that. But he's at 12.5. And I'm still waiting to see how...
is he a striker or is he a midfielder?
A striker.
He's coming as a forward, yeah?
As a forward.
Then that's not that, I wanted him to come in as a midfielder. Then, he racks up those points. But I would never get him anyway. Obviously, my rule, never, ever have a United player in fantasy. Afadhali nikuwe na Kanyos.
Actually, it's Pinnock who has... Even Pinnock was in that game. A game for Argentina and Brazil.
Who the hell is Pinnock? You're telling me Pinnock like I'm supposed to know him, fam?
The guy played first game for Arsenal versus Brentford. Even that's where I got to know him.
Only one number, which position?
I think he's a defender. So, pia yale aliendewa kwa stadium kama akina Martinez.
So, like, these guys are now, like, for example, Villa will have to play a sub-keeper this weekend.
Martinez won't play because he's quarantine. Red zone areas, nini.
So, which players from the Premier League were there?
Lo Celso, Romero, I think. And then Pinnock.
Romero is a Premier League player?
See, the keeper. Which Romero is? I think,
but is he still in United? Surely not.
He just sits on the bench and chill.
No, bro.
He didn't move. Romero didn't move.
I have to find out this one.
So there's Romero, and then there's this guy. What's his name? No, Lo Celso. So all of them will be sitting on the bench. Not even the bench. I don't even think they'll be selected.
Wow, he's still at United. Hey, some guys, bro, you have to secure the bag. Where? This guy has not played a game in how long, but even these days, they just play Henderson. He's only ever made 7 Premier League appearances for Man United.
He's been sitting on that bench for a long time. I even thought Everton would snap him up.
Why?
To try and give Pickford competition. Because I believe he's a better keeper than Pickford.
Romero is not a good goalkeeper, bro.
He is a good keeper.
What? No way, man. Romero is not a good goalkeeper. And I'm shocked he doesn't play a single game all year, but Argentina have sworn by him, Bana. How now Emi Martinez gets a game?
Yeah. Emi Martino starts.
See, he won the Copa America.
Yeah. He starts
Okay,
all the games. He starts all the games.
Romero, what a okay, I don't know if it's a fraud. I don't know, man. Like how Victor Valdez always sat on the bench for Spain.
Yeah.
Him and Pepe Reina.
Reina.
They just used to collect those medals, bro. Because goalkeepers and, but Nuno is a Champions League winner.
Esperanto.
Nuno Espirito Santo, he was Mourinho's first signing at Porto.
What?
And he sold him immediately after the Champions League.
What position
final.
was he playing?
Guess. Nuno is 6'2".
Looks like a keeper, yeah.
He's a keeper. Keepers are good ex-keepers are good managers.
What examples?
I don't know. That's a poor statement. That's a bad assumption.
It's like telling me Tim Howard would be a good nini, but bro, I think we need to wrap up the episode today.
Man, today's been a good vibes and conversation, vibes and inshallah podcast.
Good coffee.
Very good coffee, man. Well,
but it's been just a chilled episode waiting for Premier League to return.
Yeah,
I find the international break such a long.
You find it a drag, yeah? Do you know why you find it a drag? Because you have no interest whatsoever in watching Latvia versus England. But if you watch Rwanda versus Kenya, you'll see how Kagere and Tuisenge. Hey, but there you get later. Rwanda has 2 good strikers by now. But they're old now.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ati Kagere is 34, bro. Obviously, that's 44.
That's 40,
fam,
40, 42-ish, 44.
Yeah, Jacques Tuisenge. That's a cool name, bro. Jacques. And it's Jacques. Jacques Tuisenge.
They have skilled players.
Yeah.
Those guys were playing in the Premier League. In the Kenya Premier
League. Yeah, in the KPL. Yeah. So, yeah. Hey, bro, let me tell you. See, the game we went to, Kagere had just left that season.
Yeah.
But there was a time I went with Mike the previous season, and it was Kagere and Tuisenge, bro. Wow, those guys are cool, man. But the game ended, I believe, 0-0. It was a night match, rainy match. It was fun, bro. Kagere is killing it even at Simba.
He's at Simba now. Yeah. What? That's the big movie you're talking about that day on your what do you call it? Blog, the blog that you had.
Yeah, the article I wrote. Yeah. How so, dude? The Tanzanian Premier League is kunying Kenyan players, bro. Like Kahata went, Kagere went, Kenneth Muguna went the other day, Joash Onyango went, and all of those guys are like Gor Mahia's top players. So like you're signing the top players from the top team up north, bro. And because Simba, like the deals you get when you go there, bro, like they give you an apartment. So, and you're living in Dar es Salaam, bro, so like
they take care of you.
It's a nice apartment by the beach, fam, and you're not paying rent, and you're being paid like $3,000 a month, bro. Who makes 300K in Kenya, bro? So and their tax is way better, and their life is way cheaper, so you're saving so much more. And you're playing real football, because Simba always get to the Champions League. Yeah. You see how Gorat, yes, we go for continental games. We're in Europa League to watch, bro. Kiasi in the conference. But those guys Simba are playing, they
Champions League.
Yeah, and they fly because their owner is Tanzania's richest person. Moduji, he's a billionaire. He's worth $1.6 billion. Yeah, and his is not like Uhunye's stolen money, bro. This is legit. He's a good guy, man. But anyway, man, that's been this week's podcast.
Senior Kenya.
Yeah, of course. But the lineup podcast will go to the VPL, Vodacom Premier League. Ligi Kuu barani Africa. That's their slogan.
You just said that they'll be kunyweing at the Kenyan podcasts now.
Nanze will be signed by Moduji and be like, I'm Unjo Basi, eh? But now you see him is those Warabu Tanzanians.
Yeah. But we still vibe. So it's
been a good
episode.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yes, guys, man. Have a nice time. And man, today we've not mentioned anything about the comments, but please, guys.
We don't have to take a
don't embarrass me on the comments next week, man. Please, guys, we go in on the comments. Let us know your predictions for this weekend. Let us know your fantasy picks as well. Who do you think, Who do you think? Are you back in Biggie? Do you think also Jimenez is gonna have a good weekend? Antonio is Antonio going on his dip?
He just came from Jamaica, bro. We'll continue talking for the long.
Yeah, so yeah, leave everything in the comments below, and next week, the first few minutes, we're gonna go through them and shout you guys out, man. So thank you very much.
Man like Beggy.
Unlike Moose, obviously. See you guys, man. Peace. Hit the button, man. Just press the button. If you don't press the button, we won't stop talking.